Welcome everyone. My name is Nikos, aka Sephir, and this is Out of the Box, EDH. Today, I will continue with the next transforming card from the Spider-Man set, and this time, we will talk about Miles Morales, or better, Ultimate Spider-Man. Let's see what he has to offer. On the front side, Miles Morales is the green part of the 2 CMC Transforming Legends cycle. So, 2 mana, 1/2, human citizen hero. When Miles Morales enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. And with 6 mana on Naya colors, he transforms into Ultimate Spider-Man. Of course, as is the case with all the transforming cards of his cycle, we can just straight play him from this backside. 6 CMC, 4/3, Spider Human Hero. First strike, haste. Camouflage, 2 colorless. Put a +1/+1 counter on Ultimate Spider-Man. He gains hexproof and becomes colorless until end of turn. Whenever you attack, double the number of each kind of counter on each spider and legendary creature you control. We will obviously build on the backside, and honestly, plenty of unique ways to go on this one. I will choose to focus on the counter doubling, but not in the way most people will do. My version will be a Super Friends one. Since our commander doesn't specify specific counters, if we manage to animate our planeswalkers, their loyalty counters will get doubled. So, let's move to the actual cards of the deck. As it is obvious, almost all Gideons will be present. Be it Gideon Jura, Kytheon that turns into Gideon Battleforged, Gideon Blackblade, Gideon of the Trials, Gideon Ally of Zendikar, Gideon Champion of Justice, Gideon Martial Paragon, or Gideon the Oathsworn, they all have the ability to turn themselves into creatures. And since they are also indestructible, they are ideal attackers so that our commander's ability will trigger and double all loyalty counters. But we are not strictly a Gideon tribal. Sarkhan the Dragon Speaker can turn himself into a dragon, while Sarkhan the Masterless can turn all our planeswalkers into evasive creatures. Arlene, while she brings the day-night mechanic in the game, she can also animate herself into a werewolf. While finally, both Tezzeret Cruel Captain and Karn the Great Creator can animate any planeswalker we turn into an artifact. We will run a number of various other planeswalkers that do not animate themselves though. We have Ajani Steadfast, Ajani Great-Hearted, and Chandra Legacy of Fire that all fare nicely with other planeswalkers, while Ajani Sleeper Agent's ulti is a game-winning one. Nissa Vital Force is ridiculously easy to ulti and has lots of utility with her recursion ability, while Comet Stellar Pup has random but useful abilities that are always welcome. Last but not least, the Eternal Wanderer offers excellent board control as well as the option of flickering animated planeswalkers. We ran a couple of tricks to turn planeswalkers into creatures. Turning them into artifacts with Liquimental Torque or Liquimental Coating, and then animate them with the before mentioned Karn the Great Creator. Tezzeret Cruel Captain, but also the classic Karn Silver Golem is one method. Another is simply to use Luxior, an equipment that can turn our walkers straight into creatures. We run Naya, so we have plenty of ways to add more loyalty counters in our planeswalkers. Doubling Season, Innkeeper's Talent, and Loading Zone work, though for Loading Zone works only in animated planeswalkers. Oath of Gideon also adds extra loyalty, while Staff of Completion and Contagion Engine offer proliferate effects. Finally, the Ozolith will make sure that if any of our animated planeswalkers die, their loyalty counters will not be gone, but transferred to another animated planeswalker of our choice next turn. We also have a few tricks up our sleeve for cheating planeswalkers in play. Arena Rector both tutors and brings a planeswalker of our choice in play when it dies. Deploy the Gatewatch has the potential of bringing two planeswalkers in play. Urza Assembles the Titans can both bring a planeswalker in our hand, cheat it in play, and allow them to use their ability twice per turn. And finally, perhaps the most powerful card in our deck is Planebound Accomplice, a sneak attack effect for planeswalkers that can, essentially, put in play any planeswalker from our hand with just a red mana. The walker will die at the end of turn, but until then, there is plenty of time to have its counters doubled and its ulti activated, or to just keep said planeswalker in play if we flicker it with whatever effect. We will need a good number of protection cards to keep our planeswalkers safe. Tibalt's Trickery is an auto-include in all my non-blue decks that run red, while Dawn's Truce, Heroic Intervention, Semester's End, Clever Concealment, and a Game Changer, Teferi's Protection, will keep our stuff protected. As is the case with most green decks, we will use the Sacred 5 of the Green Ram, aka Farseek, Rampant Growth, 3 Visits, Nature's Lore, and Sakura Tribelter. Since our average CMC is a bit higher than usual, we will also include Kodama's Reach and Cultivate. Furthermore, we run Incubation Druid and Crystalline Crawler, two creatures that fit in our counter scheme perfectly, and the before mentioned Liquid Metal Torque that has double duty, both being a mana rock and an option in turning planeswalkers into artifacts to animate them easier. Other cards worth to be mentioned are All Will Be One, which can be incredibly strong both as a finisher or a board control option, Evolution Witness, a repeatable recurring option for our planeswalkers whenever we add a counter on it, aka every single turn if our engines are running, Marvin, that is a creature that can get the abilities, including getting loyalty counters of any planeswalker we animate, and finally, Cloudstone Curio, a very powerful card that adds both value through things like bouncing and replaying our oaths, or truly abusing Planebound Accomplice. That last interaction with the Accomplice can even lead to weird infinites if we include mana producers from things like our Chandra, so treat with care. All this leaves us 32 spots for lands, 35 if we count the MDFCs. We will use the 3 Shocklands, the 3 Fetchlands, and the 3 Filterlands. We also run the usuals Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, the appropriate Triome, Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth, Urza's Cave, and Urza Saga for easier tutoring of Luxior. Finally, we will have some utility with Talon Gates of Madara, Maze of Ith, and of course Khan's Bastion for even more counters on our planeswalkers. All this leaves us with 12 spots for basics, giving priority to the forests because of the ramp package. And that's it. That's my Ultimate Spider-Man list. A Super Friends one. I will put the list in the description below, and if you like what you see, then come and join my Discord community for free, where all my public and personal lists are uploaded. See you around! Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.